Traffic is a bitch. No, I've got nothing, sorry. People begging for money in rush hour traffic. I wouldn't mind so much, but I'll be honest with you, the person is here every single day and I give him some money every now and then. The thing is, he was limping with the left foot yesterday and now he's limping with the right foot. So, as much as I'm not going to argue with the guy and I feel sorry for him, I'll give him some money, but it'd be so much more convincing if he actually limped with the same foot every day. Anyway, look, that's not why I'm here. You join me on the commute. I've got two wicked little tips that you may not know that your 20-year-old Mercedes SL can actually do, and that's to do with the windows. So I only learned this a few weeks ago. Now you got to remember that these cars, back in the day, they were the most technically advanced cars on the planet. And I know in today's standards, pretty much every other car is caught up, but nevertheless, they have some pretty cool things on the car. And I think we should all be made aware of them and use them to the full. Have a look at this video. I bet you'll be surprised.
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on.
Okay, firstly, let's talk about the side window here, the main window. Now to get that down, it's got one touch. So I'm sure you know already, all you need to do is click all the way down and the window, of course, will open on auto. Now to get the rear window down, you would press the button again. But you probably noticed to get that rear smaller window down, you've got to keep your finger on that door button for it to go down. However, you can actually get both the windows to go down just by pressing the one click. You just need to hold it for a couple of seconds, just like this. So press and hold it for 2 seconds, like this. Keep your finger on it. Finger still being held, keep your finger on that button. And there you go, there's a rear window going down. Now, likewise, if you want to raise the windows, you just reverse it, but you've got to keep your finger and hold it. Hold the button. There you go. Okay, so here's another cool one. Got both windows down, you've got your pillarless gap there, but suddenly you come up to a tunnel, or there's some bad smells outside. Well, there's a feature on the Mercedes that you may not be aware of, and it's called tunnel mode. And what's the windows? I'm not going to press the buttons on the side, and I'm not going to press the door button. I'm going to press something down here, and I'll show you what it is in a second. And watch both windows. Okay, so I close those windows, not from the window buttons, but I press something down here on the dash, and it's a recirculation button. It's got a feature on it, and it's called tunnel mode. And the idea is that you need to close the windows quickly. As I said, you've got both windows open, but you want to get them up. Instead of having to fiddle about with the control panels on the door if you're driving, you can just press and hold the recirculation button. The red light will come on, press and hold it for 2 seconds. So press and hold the recirculation button. On the driver's side as well, both windows go down just by pressing that one recirculation button. Okay, so as I said, the thought behind this is it's called a tunnel mode, and when you're outside and there's not so good smells in the air and you need to suddenly get these windows closed, you've got them all open, you press and hold the recirculation button, bang, all the windows go up. Likewise, if it's a really hot day and you want to get some air inside when you first got in the car, you can press and hold the recirculation button, and as I showed you, all the windows, all 4 of them, will drop down. So here's the other little trick that I know. So let's say you had the windows down and it was halfway. Let's say about there, which is also in the halfway position. There's my passenger side and there's my driver's side. Don't adjust your screens. This is obviously in the UK, not the US. Now, if I press and hold the recirculation button, watch what happens to the window. You've got to press it and hold it for 2 seconds. When the button goes red, you'll see. Hold. Windows go up. You can do that in reverse as well. So once you've gone through the tunnel and the air is nice, smelling fresh again, if you want the windows to go down to that exact point that you had before, you simply press and hold the recirculation button in reverse, and they'll go down to the previous position. 1, 2. As you can see, they've only gone down to the halfway position. That's also on the driver's side. So look, I hope you found that useful. I've got loads of little stuff like this. I specialise mainly in the diagnostics for Mercedes. But these older cars, they got some really cool hidden tricks. You can also press and hold your remote control key fob, and that will also lower windows. I'll do another video about that. But if you like this sort of thing, much appreciated if you chose to follow me and subscribe, so thanks very much. This video here is all about car diagnostics, and it will get you out of trouble. And this one here, I actually show how to take out the whole of the command system if you're interested in doing that. Maybe you need to upgrade it, maybe you need to replace a screen, of which I've also done a whole video on how you can actually remove the screen on your command system if it's all scratched and damaged, and replace it with a brand new one. Look, appreciate you watching. I hope it helps you. Till the next one, bye for now.
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on.